IPSec statuses indicate the current state of an OCI VPN tunnel. More importantly, IPSec status values provide valuable diagnostic insight when tunnel problems arise. This presentation covers the location of IPSec statuses, status interpretation guidelines, and troubleshooting pointers, in addition to best practices when support engagement is required. Let's view an actual OCI VPN tunnel's current IPSec status. IPSec statuses appear on the tunnel's associated IPSec connection page in the OCI console. To view your OCI VPN's current tunnel status, access your OCI console in a web browser. Navigate to the networking section of your console. Look for the customer connectivity header. Scroll down. Click Site-to-Site VPN. This brings you to your OCI VPN IPSec connection page. Click the IPSec connection associated with your tunnel. Locate the tunnel in question. It will appear in a tunnels table. And scroll to the right to view the IPSec status associated with that tunnel. Here we see the tunnel in question is down. Let's turn our attention to interpreting IPSec statuses. An OCI VPN tunnel can return one of three IPSec statuses: down, partial up, and up. This presentation focuses on the down status. It typically indicates a phase 1 negotiation issue. There are several steps that we can take to troubleshoot it. Next, let's view troubleshooting steps that you can perform based on a tunnel's IPSec status. Your tunnel status is down and it's a new deployment. You want to check OCI side settings that promote successful phase 1 negotiation. To begin, view your CPE IC identifier. The CPE IC identifier setting can be exposed by clicking the Edit button near the top of the IPSec connection string page. Here, we see the CPE IC identifier type and CPE IC identifier value fields. You can pass either an IP address or a fully qualified domain name associated with your CPE. Regardless of your choice, the CPE IC identifier needs to be free of typos, and it needs to be resolvable by our OCI headends or OCI service hosts. This is critically important if your CPE is behind a firewall or other NAT device. You may need to enable NAT-T on the CPE. It is set to auto on our side by default, or you may need to configure your CPE to pass a custom IC ID. Next, check the pre-shared key. You can navigate to the pre-shared key setting by clicking your actual tunnel. Allow the tunnel information settings to load. Then locate the shared key or a shared secret parameter and the associated show and edit links. The show and edit links allow you to view your current pre-shared key and change the value as needed. Common use cases are re-entering the key to ensure extraneous spaces are not appended to it, or to lengthen the key to accommodate the needs of certain authentication algorithms. Just be sure to re-enter the matching key on your CPE if changes are made in the OCI console. Now, let's view the actual negotiation settings. To proceed, click the Edit button near the top of this tunnels page. This exposes all config options associated with this tunnel. Scroll down if needed and click Show Advanced Options. Scroll down again. Look for the Phase 1 ISACAMP configuration settings. Click Set Custom Options to expose the current phase 1 encryption algorithm, authentication algorithm, and Diffie-Hellman group values. Here, no values were previously set. Therefore, it's a good troubleshooting practice to match these settings to the value currently set on your CPE, as it alleviates negotiation overhead and can resolve issues that can occur if a CPE is configured with multiple values per proposal. Had settings already been persisted, it may be prudent to test alternative options. Finally, notice the IPSec session key lifetime. It should be 28,800 by default. Do not make changes to this setting unless you are matching an alternative value provided by a CPE vendor or OCI support. Likewise, make sure your CPE's own phase 1 lifetime is set to 28,800 as well. Now, let's look at support engagement best practices. If your IPSec tunnel status persists in a down state, you may be experiencing transit degradation, an atypical phase 2 issue, or some other phenomenon that warrants guidance from support. If you do reach out to our virtual networking team, be sure to provide the following information: your tunnel OSIDs, your CPE make, model, and software version, the CPE's phase 1 and phase 2 negotiation settings, and your CPE encryption domain setting, which may be labeled a proxy ID, traffic selector, access list, or SPI. Thank you for viewing this video on the down IPSec status. Ensuring phase 1 is properly configured is the first step to promoting tunnel connectivity. So take the time to review and implement any applicable changes we discussed, and reach out to support if further assistance is needed.